Well, has Netflix made a masterpiece via Guillermo del Toro with his Frankenstein film, or is Netflix still a monster? Let's look deeper into Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Well guys, first of all, I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping and apologize and explain to you all. I promised a bunch of video reviews and uploads and I haven't been able to do them because unfortunately in a 3-week period I got very sick, twice with gastro, and the second time was worse than the first time. And who knew trying to get healthy and taking spirulina can get you very sick, especially when you don't take 5 grams of it like it says on the bottle to do, and you take a heaped teaspoon and you get yourself very sick. Also, I had to take myself to hospital yesterday with a severe allergic reaction to a massage cream that was used on me by my physio, and then I didn't wash it off. I jumped into bed. I was so tired. I jumped into bed at night, and then the electric blanket and a heat patch I was using, well, they didn't like it, and I woke up at about 6 a.m. in the morning in agony, and not only was my entire lower body burning like I was on fire, but then I started to get this feeling across my heart and a lot of bad heart pain. So I ended up in hospital, and I had a 1 p.m. ticket booked to see Frankenstein yesterday. I missed that. I couldn't see it because I had every scan known to man done on me, but I did get to see Frankenstein today. So hopefully my health is a lot better and I'm going to be doing a lot more film reviews. But let's get into Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Now, straight away, is this a good film? And unlike a lot of film reviewers that like to keep you hanging for their overall review, I'm just going to tell you straight away, this film is absolutely amazing. This is one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen on screen. Every shot of this is like a masterwork between the director and the cinematographer in his lighting, and with this beautiful shot composition planned by Guillermo del Toro. Now, Guillermo has wanted to make this film for, I believe, over 30 years. So you can tell as you're watching his Frankenstein that this is a true passion piece. This is such a work of art. Now, I'm going to hit you straight with it, guys. I'm not even going to bother to give you the full story. Okay, let me give you the story in about 10 seconds. Victor Frankenstein, played wonderfully by Oscar Isaac, wants to create a human. He wants to stop death, and he wants to be able to create life, and he creates this monster played incredibly by Jacob Elordi. Now, I have never seen Jacob Elordi in anything, and I've seen Oscar Isaac in about 2 films, and I've never heard of Mia Goth until now. And I'm going to go through all 3 of their performances. Oscar Isaac 100% gives the performance of his life and deserves an Oscar nomination for Best Actor, and Jacob Elordi's performance here, even under the makeup, is so heartbreakingly beautiful and powerful that he not only deserves to be nominated, but I believe he should win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. Mia Goth is fantastic. I don't know much about her, but she's beautiful. Guillermo del Toro's casting of this film is unbelievable. Now, Charles Dance appears in the film, as well as the father of young Victor Frankenstein, and Christoph Waltz is in the film, and every cast member is used so beautifully. But here's where I believe this film will pick up Oscar nominations and most likely wins. The production design is unbelievable. This is just worth going to see. Like I said, the cinematography, everything, from where he's using a jib, from a panning down movement, whether he's using dolly tracking, pushing in, pulling out to keep the movement, even when we're going from a reverse angle to a two-shot. The way he keeps the camera moving is sublime, absolutely gorgeous. The music score here, there's different pieces of the music score that just steal the film, that go so well with the visual palette. And this is a very nuanced screenplay. Now, for any long-term watchers of this channel will know, and I've probably lost subscribers on this channel because some have seen me as mean by saying that there are audience members out there that are TikTok brains and of the TikTok generation. Now, I'm not going to say who the person was, not that you would know, but I'm not going to say anything other than I literally spoke to a person the other day, and I'm not making this up, this is 100% true, the words out of their mouth. We were talking about films, and this person said to me, I find it very hard to watch feature films. And I said, why is that? In the back of my head I knew. And this is a younger person, over 18. But this person said to me, well, and I swear to you again, this is true. Well, because I watch a lot of TikTok videos that are about 1 minute to 2 minutes. And when I watch feature films, I just lose concentration easily. This is what I mean by this TikTok brain generation. And unfortunately, a 2.5 hour near masterpiece that is potentially masterpiece that is Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein will be lost on these people. When we're in an age where horror films like the latest Conjuring film is out, Conjuring Last Rites is making 400 million at the box office, and we've got people going to see absolutely empty, brain-dead cinema like that and missing out on an absolute masterpiece that is Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. It's sad. And Netflix are still to me a monster. Recently, I believe it was the CEO of Netflix came out and said in certain words that he wants to see the death of cinema, that cinema is dying, that cinema basically has no longer a place in society, and that everyone wants to watch movies at home. Well, that is complete rubbish. At the end of the film today, there was this girl that was sitting behind me, and at the end of the film, the credits are finished, and I'm getting my stuff and I'm about to leave the cinema, and I look at her and I said, she's just sitting there, and I can tell she'd been crying. And I look at her and I said, oh, did you like that? And she's like, oh my goodness. And she was so blown away by how great the film was. And we left together and we're walking down the hallway and we had this fantastic film about how beautiful Frankenstein was, this film was. And that's what you get from cinema. You can meet a stranger and you can get a connection, especially when you watch a film that is so heartfelt and powerful as Frankenstein is, because at the core of his character, Frankenstein didn't ask to be created, but he has been created, and he wants a life and he wants to be loved. And there's a subplot within the film that this TikTok generation would probably think, oh, for pacing you should get rid of that. And this subplot is where Frankenstein meets this elderly man and he's hiding away in this house, and this elderly man shows him such love and understanding and support, and it's like the father that Victor Frankenstein should have been. And Oscar Isaac's Victor Frankenstein is a horrible man, is a near brutally horrible man. And the film takes its time to set up the story and explaining why Victor is so horrible because of the treatment from his father, and then he passes that on to Frankenstein. And I think the perfection his father expected in him, he expects in his Frankenstein monster. So this, guys, I can't recommend this film enough. If you can find this on cinemas still after this week, wherever you are, and I know the Netflix monster gave this barely any runtime in America and put it in limited cinemas because they wanted to pass the Oscar laws, I believe, where you have to have a film in a cinema for a certain amount of time. But if you can find this on the big screen, go and watch it. Do not watch this on Netflix. Send a message to Netflix that you want films like this on the cinema. I cannot recommend this enough. And for me, this gets, I believe, my third of the year, a grand-tastic. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what did you think of Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein? And has this review of it encouraged you to go and see it? Please leave your comments below. I thank you so much for watching this review, and your comments and your support here means the world to me. So thanks guys. Until next time, keep looking deeper into film. Thank you for watching this film review at Stevie G Talks Movies. And remember guys, if you haven't already, tap the bell notification button and subscribed. This is your chance to do so now. Until next time, I'll catch you later. And don't forget, always look deeper into film.
The lesson I want you to learn is it doesn't matter what you look like. You can be tall or short, or fat or thin, or ugly, or handsome, like your father. You can be black or yellow or white. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the size of your heart and the strength of your character.